the first thing is I I believe that I went to the hospital way too soon. With my next labor, I will be laboring at home as long as possible, and I will be talking to my doctor. I'm going to a different doctor, by the way. I will be talking to my doctor about what happened and what I want to change, and get her advice on what I can do to make it better, and that kind of thing. Tell her what I think happened, and ask her if she thinks I'm right, and that kind of thing. So I think what I want to do is I want to labor at home as long as possible, and only go into the hospital when I'm actually having contractions. Not going to the hospital before I start feeling contractions. If I'm not feeling contractions, why should I go to the hospital? I don't understand that. I was only 3 centimeters dilated. A lot of people stay 3 centimeters dilated for a long time. Um, so, and if anybody knows the answers to these questions, then, or, has input, please comment. I do want to know. I want to be as informed as possible. So if you know something, please tell me. The second thing is I will not be getting Pitocin. If they want my delivery to go faster, maybe we can find other ways to do it, but I will not be getting Pitocin. It will be a absolute last possible resort, and I am almost positively convinced that I will never ever use Pitocin again. It was the worst experience I've ever had, and I think that kicked off everything. That's when everything started going downhill. Um, so what Pitocin does is it speeds up your delivery. It makes your contractions harder, stronger, and longer. And when you have these extremely long contractions that are extremely hard, it's not great for the baby. It puts the baby under stress. And I realize that women have these contractions anyway, but from what I've read, the contractions you get after being put on Pitocin are stronger and harder than the contractions you get naturally. So it puts the baby under more stress. Now, this is from the research that I have done. If you find something different, please let me know, but this is from what I have read and heard and researched. This is what I learned. So it puts the baby under stress. So your baby is already under stress. And then because of that pain, and because of the nurses coming in and telling me, are you sure you don't want an epidural? And they kept saying, you're going to be tired for delivery if you don't get epidural. And they just kept over and over and over and over talking about epidurals. I want, at the very beginning, I will be telling the nurses, do not bother me about epidurals. I don't want one. And some people, I'm not cutting or talking bad about epidurals. But for me, I just want everything to be totally different from my last delivery. So some women do wonderful with epidurals, and that is great. I know a lot of women who get epidurals and are totally fine. So if you get one, that is totally cool. But for me, I don't want another one. I've had an epidural, and I don't want another one. I think it's different if somebody's never had one and then they say, oh, I don't ever want one. I don't know. But I personally don't want another epidural. The next thing is I will be in more, I don't want to be stuck in my bed. I want to be able to get up and move around. I realize that they want to monitor the baby, and if they want to monitor her every 15 minutes, every half hour, whatever, I am totally okay with that. But I think I would do better, and my labor would progress better if I were able to walk around at least the room, and not have to be stuck on my back. The next thing is I'd like to labor like in a different position than on my back. I'd like to be either squatting or on my knees. And that's just how I want to labor. So there are several things that I want to change, and hopefully with these changes and a few other things, I'm running out of time, but a few other things, then my next delivery with my next child will go more to the plan that I am hoping to. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope this helped somebody out, or if not, I hope it didn't scare you guys. I just want to let you know what my experience was, and hopefully give you some thought about it. And uh, if you haven't gone to any birthing classes, if you haven't gone to any type of learning thing about what to expect when you're in delivery, do it. If this is your first delivery, if this is your first child, do it. I didn't. I was naive. I did not know what I was doing, and that was the biggest mistake I've ever made. That is probably uh, the biggest mistake of my whole labor and delivery was not being informed and not knowing what I was doing. But I know now, so my next one will hopefully be a little more controlled and a little more safe. So I will talk to you guys later, and have a good night. Bye. Oh, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you. Bye.